What's up, everybody? Brad Holiday coming to you again from 34th Street in Manhattan. Just wanted to add a little part two to the discussion earlier about entitlement. So here on 34th Street, there's people of all shapes, sizes, and colors going out and spending their, weekly or bi-weekly paychecks on some of these fine products here. And I was, thinking a bit about myself and how I, just like a couple of years ago, was very much like them. I was very much one of these people who would work, 40 hours a week, come home with, a little bit of money, enough money to pay the rent and utilities and food and Metro card and so on and so forth, and have a few $100s left over for perhaps, a couple of luxury items per month. And then I would spend it, and I would wonder, why it is that I was, broke, and then I would bitch and moan about how unfair it is that I can't get, the nice clothes and and I can't get this. Why is that? It's because I'm not being paid enough. Well, over the past couple of years, something very important that I've made a personal change in myself, and I teach to people who are just coming up in their own lives of business or dating or whatever it is that they're trying to do, is you need to take a couple of years even to stop buying products, stop buying things that are liabilities, stop buying things that are not going to make you money, they're not going to add to your life, they're not something that you can take with you. So for instance, like that $400 driver that you just bought, the Ping driver with the huge head, and you took it out, it's supposed to promise to add 20 yards to your drive. It's $400 when you bought it. The moment you tee off with it, you lose about $250 for the cost of that driver. Much like all of the excessive amounts of clothing and excessive accoutrements and accessories that you buy on 34th Street. These are things that are not true necessities, and as soon as you buy them, they depreciate in value. So instead of doing things like buying frivolous items like most of America, and literally setting yourself to zero or even going into debt for some of these luxury items, something I encourage my friends and family and people I do business with and people that do business with me to do is to, instead of investing on things that are liabilities, invest in assets or knowledge, which is also a form of asset. You need to ask yourself, hey, if I invest in this, is this going to make me money, or is this going to position me in a place to be happier in my life? Most of the time, as soon as you buy something, how long does the happiness last? Let's say that you were going to Fossil store over here on this next block, and you're gonna get yourself a nice leather bag for $400. You'd look at it every time you'd see it, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a nice bag. You'd feel pretty good about it. How much goodness does that really give you? Every time that it's on, when you see it, you put it on, okay, that's 1 minute. When you see it off in the corner of your room, that's about 30 seconds. If you compare that investment to something like a book, which is $20, you compare it with an audio CD, which is $20. You compare it with a seminar, $500. How long is that information going to last you? And what type of impact will that make on your life going further ahead? And that is knowledge that's going to take you through the rest of your life, as well as the networking that you'll meet at that event. It's just silly to purchase liabilities. And unfortunately, it is so commonplace. And as you look around, what do you see? You see ad. McDonald's is asking you, are you hungry? Coca-Cola is asking you, are you thirsty? And you answer yes and yes, and you go and you buy that stuff, instead of maybe cooking at home and saving the money and investing it in a book, or investing in an audio program, or investing it in a service that'll help you, investing it in your own business, investing it in your personal brand, aka yourself. And then what do most people do when they run out of money from the clothes they just bought or the new luxury item they just bought? they complain about their salary. So, okay, let's say if they raise their salary, what happens then? They raise their salary, and then, boom, next thing that happens is they wind up having more expensive items to buy. It's a big cycle, It's a big cycle, and the truth is like, you can't get out of it if you go about things in a traditional way. The thing that people really need to start considering is you need to start investing in knowledge and assets. Don't invest in frivolous items where they do not make you happy. Things that make you happy are what truly makes you happy. Is it a good relationship? Is it having a great sex life? Is it being in amazing shape and seeing six-pack abs? Is it having several businesses, several pieces of real estate that you rent out, transferring a message to the world, and being able to provide for your family, give your daughter or son a great education? I think that those things hold a little bit more weight than that little watch that you got from Rolex, that $3,000 watch. I think that it might hold a little bit more value to your emotions than those things. I could be wrong. Everybody's different. And if that's what you want to do, that's absolutely fine. However, for me in my life and for people that I know, I really would consider, like, please, go ahead and choose that other way, that other path. Where for now, maybe you won't be so comfortable buying luxury items that make you feel good in the moment, but maybe investing in things that make you feel and know more than, your counterparts, that allow you to succeed and be happy with your life. That's really the end goal. So, and just briefly, there is a huge benefit to doing this when you're out dating. The biggest benefit of that is, like, you're gonna be happy, right? If you go out and you feel like you've accomplished a great amount of things that day, you've really taken the past year to, like, lean down, and you don't take the common path, you're literally gonna have a large self-esteem boost. And when you're talking to people, you're gonna have that entitlement mixed with hustle, mixed with, I'm going out and getting mine. And when you look at somebody, they're just going to see it, whether that's a man or a woman. So you go out, you say you approach a girl, I'm here on 34th Street in the middle of, what is this month? It's April or, it's like May right now. So you see a bunch of different, good-looking women, you approach them. They're going to just sense that you have this, like, great sense of self. You really have, like, a great sense of self-worth because you don't buy a lot of bullshit. You feed your mind, you feed your body. You've been meeting different women all this time, and they're going to be instantly very attractive. And then you know what to do because maybe you've read, or you've taken a seminar, you've taken a boot camp, or you've gone out and you've purchased one of my products or my company's products. Whatever that may be, and whatever you choose to do, that's fine. I would encourage you to go out, and instead of buying shoes, go out and get 5 books instead. You buy a pair of shoes for $100. Why not take that, even 20 of those dollars and go to a used bookstore and get them for $1 a piece? I'm going to be putting out a book list pretty soon, or the CEO of the company will be putting out a book list pretty soon. We've been talking about it. Books are huge, and they're a way better investment than any luxury item that you may see on the street. So with that, I'm out. Brad Holiday, peace.